We make the apples, we go, ah.
Neil grew up in a Liverpool suburb. He had dreams of going to Oxford, but didn't get in. Instead, he went to Aberdeen University, but dropped out after the first term. At 21, he was working on a building site and living in a squat.
I would like to be somebody in a position of importance, and I've always thought this. But I don't think I'm the right sort of person to carry the responsibility for whatever it is. I always thought, well, I'd love to be, possibly even love to be in politics or something like this.
By 28, he was homeless, wandering around the west coast of Scotland.
If the money runs out, well, then for a few days there's nowhere to go to. And that's all you can do. I simply have to find the warmest shed I can find.
How do people regard you here?
Well, I'm still known as an eccentric. I'm not claiming that I feel as though I'm in some sort of nirvana, but I'm claiming that if I was living in a bedsit in suburbia, I'd be so miserable, I'd feel like cutting my throat.
At 35, we found him living in a council estate on the most northerly part of Britain, the Shetland Islands.
It's an environment which sustains me. It's one in which I can survive. The reason I don't feel safe is because I think I'm getting more and more used to this lifestyle, which eventually I shall have to give up.
And what would you like to be doing, say, in 7 years?
I can think of all kinds of things I'd like to be doing. The real question is what am I likely to be doing?
What are you likely to be doing?
And that's a horrible question. I tend to think the most likely answer is that I'll be wandering homeless around the streets of London. But with a bit of luck, that would happen.
I just point out some of the considerable disadvantages. First of all, they are geographically isolated.
By 42, Neil had moved to London and was a Liberal Democrat on Hackney Council.
While I was in Shetland, I felt very strongly that I should become involved in politics, simply because I felt I was not achieving anything in the ways I really wanted to.
So I didn't expect to see you driving, Neil.
Well, neither did I. I mean, if you'd asked me that question a few years ago, I would have been surprised. Well, it was my brother's wife's car, and fortunately she was about to change vehicles at the time, and they let me have it without charge, which was really a very magnanimous gesture.
At 49, Neil has left London, moved to Cumbria in the northwest of England, and become a member of the local district council.
Thank you, Chairman. Fairly simple. It was a committee decision, a majority decision. His own group on the establishment committee agreed with the decision.
Councillor Hughes?
Well, for Councillor Nine's information, Councillor Cook has reconsidered his the opinion he ventured at that meeting. I'm a Liberal Democrat. I'm standing for the County Council for this seat, which is 400 square miles in size. So it's a huge constituency, and this is only one of the 84 seats.
And who has the seat at the moment?
It's a Conservative councillor at the moment.
Big majority?
Significant. There's a lot of work for me to do. If not this time, maybe next time.
What are the chances this time?
I'm doing my best.